unstoppable monster. Last night, he decided to play Yoshi, and I swear if he plays Yoshi today, I am never going to let him hear the end of it. But we see the Palu right now, nothing too surprising. And are we starting out with a good combo here, X-Red?
Not perfect. But, the game starts out, a little bit of pre-match nerves maybe. I don't think we'll see Yoshi, but because Luis was just talking in an interview about how his whole goal is to have confidence in his Palu, and so he's been talking about how he's been working on that, and to throw that away instantly, probably not. But who knows? Who knows?
This is a long set. This is a first to 5 for those who don't know. I know there's a there might be some confusion on if it's a best of 7 at the top. The overlay doesn't go higher than best of 7. So those who don't know, this is actually a first to 5.
Nobody's ever heard of a best of 9 before?
Nobody's heard of a best of 9, but forward smash and gets a big punish there.
Yeah, not going to kill because it's town. I'm surprised they started on town. I guess, in the United States, right, I feel like it's almost universal that you start on PS2.
Yeah.
But this must be a Japanese thing, It must be.
So it was interesting. I hit up a bunch of the players, for this event. I was organizing that, and the only player to ask me for the rule set was Kameme.
Really?
I didn't tell them the rule set. I just assumed they would assume Dennis's rule set. But Kameme was the only one who was like, "What's the rule set? Is it character first? Is it stage first? Like, what's going on?" And he was very, very explicit about that. And I like that.
It feels like a natural question too, because in a first to 5 show match, you're not expecting for the same ban rules as a regular tournament, right? But apparently only Kameme thought about it, and maybe the other players just don't really care.
Yeah.
Any stage, anywhere, they're ready to play. These top players, they're amazing. There we go, finding the first kill. Luis with that back air. Only 53% on him. It's not gotten out of control yet by far. And this Nair combo is going to give him a bunch. No. He's got to invent some stuff to make up for that combo that he dropped a little bit.
I was about to say that is the most scuffed combo I've seen in a long time. Yeah. He kept getting random trades with whatever Kameme was mashing out of hit stun, and it worked out. He got a big combo, but now he's the one on the ledge. He's the one who is getting taken advantage of, thrown into the corner. Seeing Kameme's ledge trapping very strong so far. Oh, and no big confirm out of that. And they keep trading.
Kameme just waiting and trying to find a better punish opportunity than what he gets. Luis not falling for it just quite yet. 145, though. He can't live very much longer. An up air. There we go. An up air combo into an up air is going to kill. Yeah, as soon as you're in that percent where an up air will kill on town, Kameme can pretty much find anything. I feel like he can invent any combo he wants and end it with an up air.
Yeah, I think that's one of the scariest things about playing against Sora is just the ability to find a landing nair or fair that combos into an early kill. But when you're even higher percent, he can just spam those really safe options that are so covering of his whole body. So I'm liking how the Sora is being played right now. And Luis is going to have to find a way to get an earlier kill because we've seen only the late percent back air. He's been going for a lot of downers, and they have not been hitting yet, X-Red.
So what I'm noticing about Luis's game plan here is that so far he's gone off stage almost every time to try to contest Kameme. It hasn't worked so far at all, but it's interesting because normally you would think of Sora as the kind of dominant off stage character where you don't really want to mess with them too much off stage because you don't know what they could do to you, and they can always recover, right? But Luis clearly has it in his mind that that's a core part of his game plan. Palu obviously can recover from far away, so he's trying to contest. Yeah, there's that dash attack with some bad DI on Kameme's part. But we'll see if he tones that down or he just turns it up and tries to continue finding these offstage interactions.
I think it's a testament to the length of the set. First to 5 is not a normal set length, so we might see Luis go for a little bit unorthodox options early in the set just to try to get a feel for things that he can do differently.
Oh,
down air F smash, oh baby!
That's probably the first down air F smash true combo I've ever seen. And a counter! It's a warp cancel into a counter. It's not going to do anything because it's Palu's counter, but still.
That did a good 25%.
Yeah, and it gives him momentum, right? And that's what he needs. He's back in this game. It's an even game, last stock, last hit.
He's rolling a lot right now. Luis is using those iframes to try to get through. Not going to be able to get a punish on the Nuggets. It's relatively hard if you're not a super fast character like Fox, but
that's it! Yes, an amazing catch on that platform. Kameme stalled a little bit too long on the platform, and Luis is I know you have to land eventually, right? Yeah. And he's just ready with that double jump back air. That Frost, the Blizzaga he threw out, just Luis wasn't, he was too smart to get caught in that right below. He made sure to shark from below so that he could always react with the double jump back air as opposed to standing right in front of Sora where any hitbox that Kameme decides to throw out will hit him. So,
yeah, I feel like that's a normal, a classic Palu thing. You down throw, wait.
Yes.
You wait, see what they do, and then laggy option, kill you.
Yeah, Kameme just didn't respect him enough there. He's like, I can go to this platform. I don't need to like, air dodge or jump out or anything like that. But no, you don't respect Luis, and Luis will make you pay. And that first game will go to Luis, even though that Luis was at a big deficit for most of that game, I'd say.
Yeah, I mean, definitely a clutch guy, but right now,
oh my God, what is this combo?
Eaten alive.
I watched, a fair share of Kameme, but I still get surprised every time I see these really crazy combos that other Soras just have never pulled off. Yeah, so Luis at 100%, not looking good for him, but this is how the last match started as well. So, we know Luis can bring it back from here. Unfortunately for him, though, he gets caught by that Thunder, and that's going to take the stock really early. I feel like Luis was expecting to live a little bit longer there, give him an opportunity to get back into the game, but no such luck. Luis is going to have to make it up on the second stock. Here we go, some early combos coming out for Luis, 50-something%, and there goes the double jump back air, 67%, still no percent on Luis. Yeah, Luis is just, he says, I don't care if I'm at a stock deficit, I just need to play my heart out here. I can make this back for sure. And a whole 86% racked up on Kameme, and it's going to continue going. There he goes for the drag down nair into the grab. He thought he could get a back throw. Wouldn't have killed just quite yet, but unfortunately the drag down just didn't quite work.
Yeah, I mean, I know the stage pick is something that Palus generally do not like. What do you think Luis banned to end up on a stage like this?
Yeah, against Sora, right? So obviously anything with a low top blast zone is going to be scary. They can both die early to, oh, there's that stall again. They can both die early off the top, but I think Sora's combos more consistently go into up air and as like a reliable kill option. So I think he was just banning the stages with the lowest top blast zone. There we go.
He went deep for that one.
Very deep, and Sora being light enough, that nair is still going to be able to kill even with all the nerfs that he's gotten over the lifespan of the game.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny. It kept getting nerfed, but it still kills eventually. You just really got to work for it. And speaking of working for it, Luis is working with his shield pressure, really getting a lot of good options on shield that Kameme has been unable to punish. Not just because they were frame advantage, because it was Luis's positioning around it. Yes. And that's an underrated aspect of shield pressure that I feel like people don't talk about enough, where it's not necessarily about what moves you hit on their shield. It's about where you're hitting these moves and how they're making your opponent think about, okay, I can't know they're going to be above me, below me, behind me, or in front of me.
Right. I mean, Palu's entire offense, different Palus will play different ways, and some people will, okay, wow, combo. Palus will play different ways, right? But I think a core element of good Palu off aggressive game plan is just being able to know what kind of options you're forcing after hitting their shield.
Yeah.
Because everyone will be able to shield your moves, but it's the pressure afterwards that really defines a good Palu.
Yeah, Luis saving his jump there, not going to fall prey to an early death like that. But it's still tough. We've seen Luis working very hard to get these kills, and I'm wondering if it's something that's it's gonna last long enough. When you have to work so hard to get these kills over the course of a long set, it becomes very draining.
Yes,
and I'm wondering if this is something that's gonna matter over this whole bracket.
And this is something that Luis has been talking about a lot about Palu. He's talked about his his character doubts and how he's been trying to remind himself that Palu is good enough to solo main. But the thing that he didn't like about Palu was how much he has to work for his kills, I think.
Yeah.
How honestly they play. They're obviously, eventually you're going to be able to, when you're as good as Luis is, you're eventually going to be able to find a back air. But still, we see Kameme's crazy combos into kills, and Luis doesn't quite have the same X factor, I'd say.
Yeah, I mean, that X factor is definitely coming out in these games so far, but we haven't seen yet I feel like we haven't seen the full crazy combo that gets the early kill, the 0 to death, that we know Kameme and Sora players are capable of, but it's not needed. You just need those early confirms, or not even early, mid% confirms, when you're killing at 110 and your opponent is killing at 180, that differential builds up over time and over the course of different games, not just within the same one.
Yeah, when you're playing as consistently as Kameme is, Luis, despite how good he is, you can't afford a full stock deficit, which is what he started out that game with. He died immediately 3 stocks to 2, right? When you're starting off the game like that, you have such a high hill to climb, and Kameme isn't going to let you live to 200. Sometimes Kameme lives to 200. So it's sort of you don't have as much opportunity to come back as you might against someone who has less reliable kill confirms.
Yeah, very very good points here, and I'm wanting to see like we talk about it a lot. We talk about, you know, Luis's lack of ability to kill early, but at the same time, he did get that first game killing at an absurdly high percent anyway. And it's interesting to see we're back to town. Notably, this is a rule set without DSR. We are using the Genesis rule set, and DSR in a first to 5 would be a little bit silly. I could see you having, like, you know, modified DSR.
You'd run out of stages.
Yeah, exactly. But definitely not a full one. But we're sitting with no, just sticking to the Genesis rule set, not wanting to mix the thing up, make it too complicated for the players.
This is a really good stage for Palu. That's kind of unfortunate. He's fine, but yeah, it's just
which way
any other character will die. It's just a really
all
good
of the side B.
Yeah, he only needed 2 of them. I don't understand it. Yeah, he's still fine. So the stage pick right here, I'm surprised Kameme let him go here because we were talking about the high blast zones, right? And this is, you know, the highest top blast zone besides maybe Kalos. And also it's got the close side blast zone. So if Luis does manage to this is what I'm talking about with the high blast zones. If Luis does manage to get one, you know, good off-stage interaction, with how light Sora is, he'll just die.
Yeah.
So interesting stage choice.
Sora's the one who dies off the top this time, interestingly enough.
The thing about that, though, is that's a DI thing, right?
Yeah.
Like, that's the second time we've seen Kameme die to bad DI in the dash attack. It's hard, right? Sometimes you're just holding in and the dash attack hits you.
Yeah, I mean, frame 6 or something, right?
Yeah, for sure. But, you know, it's possible to do, so I'm surprised sometimes when I see Kameme give off like an extra 30% he could live to on a dash attack.
Yeah, I mean, especially versus Palu. Like, Palu has to work for every interaction that she wins. So it's like it's like taking away 2 interactions that can really add up over the course of a game.
Yeah.
So
luckily for Luis, though, unlike the last 2 games, he didn't start off at a deficit.
Yeah.
You know, this is basically an even game going into stock 2 when I feel like Luis starts turning it up. But Kameme looks like he's the one turning it up now.
Yeah, these up airs are so threatening. We've talked, you know, we've heard people talk at length about how good Sora's up air is. It's just, it covers so much. It's so fast, and it starts below him. And okay, gonna live there. But I think that's the first time we've seen Luis get hit by the Thanaga. Every single time he's been so good at avoiding it, so good at not jumping into it. That's
he's
number
lost 1 stock to it so far, which was kind of a surprise to him. But hopefully for him, I don't think because you shouldn't be getting caught by that. I think in general, it's like a move that's fairly telegraphed. Okay, wow, yeah, these combos into up B as well, not just up air.
I mean, it's a very slow move and relatively reactable, but it's deceptive on its hitboxes. If you're not used to it, you can jump into it and die very early.
I hope Luis is, you know, he knows he was playing Kameme here, so he probably was practicing this a bit. And also, you know, Kurama has a Sora that he pulls out sometimes, so I hope Luis knows the matchup enough, but you never know. Right now, it looks like Kameme is just too good, and Luis is having some troubles. It's another interesting thing about this is that this is traditionally a good, traditionally, it's not like Sora's been out for that long, but it's supposed to be a good matchup for Palu.
Yeah.
Okay, wow, and who cares about matchups when Kameme just does that to you?
Yeah, and once again, coming to affect that early kill option. But honestly, it wasn't just that. It was the neutral losses and the vertical disadvantage. I think the vertical disadvantage played a huge part in that. When Kameme had Luis above him, every single time he was getting 2, 3 up airs, sometimes a string. It was a very difficult time for Luis to fall down and to find his way back to neutral. And I think that is a huge testament to, you know, figuring out exactly, you know, how we're going to, you know, get his way back into these matches, figuring out that vertical disadvantage, figuring out a way back to the ground, and maybe it's a stage thing, maybe it's a play thing, but I want to see if Luis mixes anything up in this game.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to go back to the same stage. You know, he agrees as well. This is probably his best stage offered to him, so, you know, left in the stage pool. And a good one overall. I don't think it's the stage. It just comes down to gameplay. Kameme is on point, and Luis has to turn it up. And we know he can, so no big deal. You know, is what I'm hoping for Luis, for the NorCal rep. Yeah, it's kind of surprising that how much Luis, I think, is struggling in neutral here, because the advantage that Palu has in the matchup really does come down to neutral, is normally what you would see in the matchup, because Sora's advantage in neutral, it comes down to the ambiguous multi-hits. And okay, that's an amazing backer. This is what I'm talking about this stage being good and with a close side blast zone.
Yeah.
Because he caught him off stage once with a read on the counter, and you just die to it, being as light. But I was talking about the neutral interactions, and the neutral interactions are that Palu has the best tool for beating out any ambiguous like multi-hits that Sora is throwing out, and it's back air.
Back air?
Because
I was going to say dash attack.
Dash attack is amazing too if they're low enough.
Yeah.
Sometimes they like to float around in the air. So dash attack and back air allow you to say, I don't care how many moves you're throwing out, I don't need to be respected as much. But for some reason, Kameme just knows what he's doing enough and he hasn't had trouble in neutral so far, I think.
Yeah, I would say that first game was really a testament to Luis's like neutral play, but Kameme has really adapted his spacing and timings of these like aerials and even those like low side Bs. But at the same time, this game, Luis has turned it up like we said he needed to, and now looking like Luis's game unless something big happens. But, you know, Kameme has these strings. We've seen him with some crazy, terrifying combos. And, oh, what an escape option. Have you seen that one before?
You know, sort of, but, like, if I would start thinking that's dangerous against a character who's so trigger happy on an up air.
Yeah.
Right? Like, all they're doing is throwing out random up air. I mean, they can because they're Sora, and they kill. So to go right above Sora and have end lag like that, it's just brave. I mean, it worked. So who am I to question Luis?
Well, he fast fell beneath the stage and then up B, which landed him almost like nil-esque. You know, it was obviously it's not a real nil, but he landed like directly on top of the platform as opposed to like a little above it and having to fall onto it, which I think makes a huge difference.
Yeah, unfortunately for Palu, you still have a ton of end lag in that situation, but yeah, it's less than if you had gone a little bit too high for sure.
Right, I think it's unlikely to be reactable is what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's tough unless you're looking for it. Woo! And yeah, the end of that explosive flame. Too many players don't respect the last hit of that move. It gets bigger in the last hit, like a significant amount bigger, and people just get a little bit brave. They're like, I dodged it, I'm good. No, just shield.
Yep. Don't try to be too creative. And oh, this is that vertical disadvantage we were talking about. And
3 in a row.
How many more?
Okay, Luis managed to get out of the situation, but Kameme has been clawing his way back in this game.
Oh, ever since that snare, a really interesting option there. I think Kameme was trying to combo it into something, but now Luis finding his way at a disadvantage. Oh, what? That was a really nice edge cancel. That was a really nice warp. Oh, Luis.
Okay, he jumps into it.
I think he could have just gone for an up air there, but I think wanted something more. But big combo here. Gets that explosive flame, deals a lot of damage.
Look at him threatening Kameme off stage. He keeps going off stage and making him scared. That down air barely whiffing. That would have been the game for sure.
Luis has yet to hit a single down air off from Kameme's recovery, and I'm wondering if it's just really hard to catch Sora there. Oh, up air?
It's crazy. Oh, he goes for the short one. Yeah, it's crazy because it's actually supposed to be easy to catch him, like relatively, because to snap with Sora, like it's very precise, and if you're not precise enough, you end up going a little bit too high. So that's what Luis is thinking, but Kameme is just not. Oh no, this is really bad. Okay, just a dash attack. That's lucky for Luis.
Yeah, air dodges to the platform, a little bit of waveland action, and now just looking for one more big opening. The up throw trying to catch with an up air, but unfortunately Kameme has been so much better at avoiding these vertical disadvantage situations than Luis has. And now, it could be dead. Down smash. Oh, I was expecting a down smash, but Kameme was expecting the roll immediately afterwards.
That's not what he wanted. The F tilt on the platform. Is he going to be okay? He managed to make it back down to the ground and avoid another up air.
Luis has to win this game. He was up so much. And, got clipped with that, but not going to confirm just yet. Kameme just needs one move, but so does Luis in the corner.
There we go.
State twist.
Turn around. Classic.
Throw you back. And really nice job there, Kameme. Getting caught with that, but oh man, did he fight his way back into that game.
I'd be scared if I was Luis after that game because you have such a big lead and you got to convert in that situation. And he does, to Luis's credit, like he didn't give the game away. He didn't fall victim to any crazy Kameme combos. We saw Kameme like hit him with like a nair 1 or something and then wait, thinking that Luis might panic with an air dodge or something. Luis very calmly would like jump out of it and pick the right option for the situation. And Luis manages to, keep control of the game and the seconds. Now it's 2-2.
Yeah, I mean, this is a neck and neck set. Like we expected, I put these show matches together with a lot of care. I really wanted to find matches that would be fairly even, fairly back and forth, and so far they are. This one is delivering. I mean, 2-2 back and forth matches. Pretty much every single combination of how the game has started has played out. Luis in advantage, Kameme in advantage, Luis winning from advantage, Kameme winning from advantage, and now we see Kameme once again in advantage here and has yet to be hit on the stock, X-Red.
Yeah, I mean, you did a great job finding this match because when I saw this one, I was excited about it because like these two have never played before. Yeah. And I just love these two players. I think they're just so amazing. So it's living up to everything I was hoping for so far.
Absolutely. But yeah, these guys really were excited about playing each other too. I think this was definitely the one match where I messaged them and they were like, actually there's two of them. Smargo, Akalo also, they were both very excited to play each other. But this one they were just like, if I if I could play Luis, I would be so happy. He was like, Kameme? Yo? Yo?
That's good. That's good. They both were pretty confident, too. They both claimed that they'd win 5-3 in the pre-match interview.
5-3?
Yeah, so
that's an oddly specific prediction.
Yeah, both of them. And so for this to come true, one of them has to win 2 in a row here. Actually, no, sorry. They can drop one more game.
Yeah. This is a long set. For those who haven't watched the first to 5 before, there's a lot going on here.
Especially when it's close, and these matches definitely feel to me like they're going to be close. Like so, at this event last year when Luis had an opponent, he 5-0'd his opponent really quick, and that one was like the fastest.
That was the filthiest 5-0 I've seen in my entire life. Who shall not be named. Yeah, but oh my God, look at this combo! And that was the early confirms I'm talking about.
Yeah, this is another stage with it's a lower top blast on obviously than Town, and that's what Kameme is getting so much mileage off of here. He's got a huge lead in this game. This is just not like looking good for Luis. Up air? Oh, he waits. Okay,
still gets it.
So a 1-stock deficit. I mean, Luis has come back from more, but Kameme just looks so consistent in these matches. I'm just worried for him every time he has to face any deficit here.
Minor NorCal bias on the mic confirmed. No,
Major NorCal bias. No, I love Kameme.
Major upset. No.
Yeah. No, I love Kameme too. Obviously, we have NorCal bias, but these two players are both amazing.
Yeah, I'm always so impressed with Kameme's ability to just find really creative ways into like advantage states and using those so well. And the startup gets caught. It's so slow. And yeah, Luis. We talked about how he needed to make a big comeback, and yeah, I mean even a spike at this percent, no way.
Kameme too clever though. He goes high above the stage and just hits Luis for like because everyone knew he was going for the spike there because he needed it to get back in the game.
Sure, but he's at 6%. I mean that doesn't even kill him.
Yeah, maybe you spike him 3 times.
Got hit some real rinse and repeats. Now maybe at full rage, sorry, not full rage, almost full rage and 43%, probably killing with a spike, but yeah. Got caught with the very bottom of that. It's like I said, the hitboxes are really deceptive. You don't always know exactly where they start and end unless you're very practiced against Sora. So Luis off stage once again, gonna have to fight his way back on. It'll be so difficult here.
Oh no, it's a regrab.
Yeah, see ya.
F tilt. Luis might have been relying on the fact that Palu's ledge hang is like really good. But the thing is, Kameme is going to know his options there, and he knows what hits low enough. And that F tilt clearly does.
That F tilt's deceptive too.
Yeah.
He's sweeping up. You know, you ever seen somebody with a broom like really give it to some dirt? That's what Kameme is doing with that forward tilt. It's just all the way beneath the ground. He's trying to dig a hole.
I knew it 2-frame, but I didn't know it hit that low. Because like Palu players sometimes as a crutch will rely on the fact that if you re-grab, a lot of people will miss the punish because their normal option for hitting at ledge hang might not hit.
Similar to Ganon.
Yeah, but Kameme just he knows his stuff. He knows how low. He's not going to miss that punish.
So FD here, not going back to Town and City. I'm wondering if this is just a, I want to mix it up, maybe try something new, still have some games to work with, or if it's Luis thinks he's figured something out here. Very
strange because maybe Kameme switched up his bans because I feel like Luis definitely would have picked Town if it was available again. And there's no DSR, so it's not like this was, anything was forced to change at all. And this stage also is surprising to me for multiple reasons. There's the lower top blast zone, but also the lack of platforms typically actually makes it harder to land. And we know how much Luis has had to work to get down from these up airs that Kameme has been throwing out. Maybe Luis is thinking that this will give him an advantage, an ability to juggle Kameme a little bit better. But we'll see how that works out for him, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, let's see right now how he's going to get out of here. He does punish that. Oh, that's that classic Palu thing. You cannot try to punish Explosive Flame on shield. It is just so positive. And Luis taking big advantage of that and gets a grab here. Throws off stage, still looking for a way to get a kill. Kameme with a stall and goes past the ledge. Wow, that down tilt just didn't work at all.
I don't know how Kameme keeps doing this. He's like he's so precise with these options from ledge, and these moves that are normally so easy for Palu to hit, like the down tilt. Like Kameme just always seems to be one step ahead to hit Luis trying to hit his recovery.
Was that bad DI?
No, that's max rage and Sora being like super light. Yeah, and back to an even game though, 2 stocks to 2. But okay, no double jump, no big deal though.
That's one of my favorite things when Palu sits there jabbing at the ledge and then just somehow they jump into it. I'm like, it's like what? How'd you get there?
It's because the opponent is like, Palu has a jab. I've never seen it before. No, if you watch any Chag, you'll know Palu. Palu has a jab. But other Palus, don't really use the move.
Chag the jab master for sure.
Yeah, for sure. The thing is, Chag does a special thing. Chag does jab 1 in particular.
Yeah.
Right. And he does that for like shield pressure.
I love it. I love
it too.
creativity in general, especially with a character that a lot of people, you know, do not give a lot of license to. They think Palu's a little bit cookie cutter. People think it's very bread and butter. Oh, tries to dash over that. If you were a faster character, you could get there. Fox there for sure.
Yeah, for sure. I'm surprised he didn't make it. Luis seemed like he was on point with his reaction times, but just barely getting clipped.
It was the trailing foot got caught. Oh, still not be able to punish. That Thundaga has such like really weirdly low end lag.
This is another thing about the stage that I didn't think about before. Once he missed one up B, there was no platform to retreat to, right?
True.
He had to go all the way to the ground, and that gave so much extra time for Luis to get an optimal punish, which is just a dash up and an F smash. Wow, that was a mistake by Luis. He definitely didn't want that, but it even surprised Kameme, right? If you don't know what Luis is going to do, how can you read it?
Yeah,
oh no, he was dead anyways. That teleport would never have made it.
Yeah, but if he had teched it, he would have lived.
He would have lived.
Oh man. Okay, but still 12% here. Luis having one of the few even games he's had, not having to work his way back into this one. So we'll see if he can take advantage of this situation right now, or Kameme probably gonna go for an F tilt. No, just really smart up air there, fighting his way out. And okay, oh man, they're bashing each other right now. It definitely doesn't feel like the characters that normally just like are scrapping right next to each other, throwing out hitboxes. But this game, it just really felt like I'm hitting, I'm swinging, come at me, bro. And Kameme is definitely coming at Luis right now.
There's that combo starter. Let's see what he can do off this down tilt into an up air. That's a ton of percent, but obviously not going to kill quite yet. Next one might do it, though. Yeah. You never know. It depends if he can find a combo into like an up smash, because he hasn't really found the up smash combos so far. It's been mostly up B or up air.
Just one up smash, and that did not kill because of that. Oh, interesting punish on the explosive flame counter, because I believe once it gets countered, you become actionable, if I'm not mistaken. So he countered the early hitboxes of it, and you know was able to quickly activate that. Now Luis is in the corner. This is so terrifying. The dash attack punishes.
Yeah, we saw Luis get away with that earlier in the set, but now Kameme's caught on a bit to these warp paths to center. Okay, here's a grab. It's not going to kill quite yet because it's not from ledge, but the next grab near the ledge will kill. Is Luis going to try to down tilt again?
Oh, almost died with it. It hasn't worked once.
No, it hasn't. He keeps thinking that Kameme will eventually miss his... Yeah, that's going to do it. The thing is, yeah, he would have gotten the kill himself as well. Like he went all in on the explosive flame, but the Thundaga was...
It got the weird hitbox too,
yeah, it did.
So it wouldn't have even killed.
Yeah, I was looking at Luis, so I didn't see what hitbox.
I saw the the weird hitbox that like sends you diagonally down that you can jab lock. And Palu players think they're so smart when they jab lock the weird hitbox of the explosive flame.
No.
They think they're so cool. Every Palu player thinks they're so cool when they hit that jab lock, and they are.
It's intentional 0% of the time for sure. You can't ever aim for that hitbox.
Anyway, well, you can't aim for the hitbox, but you can hit the jab lock. That's skillish, right?
Sort of.
Okay. Anyway, right now, so unfortunate for Luis. It felt like he had a good opportunity there and went for a very like risky option. Didn't quite space around the Thundaga properly. But now we'll see if he can come back into it. Kameme's prediction looking fairly close to accurate right now. 5-3 on pace for how this set is going.
Wow. 3 fairs into a bear, man. Oh, and he's dead. He misses the DI, yes. The DI on up air is so unexpected because it's not like other moves where it matters what side you are. You always have the DI towards her back. And so like you can get mixed up on DI really easily if you're not aware of that fact.
Yeah, absolutely. And sometimes Palus will also go for the Mario mix-up where they RAR the up air. So you're like, oh, I think they're facing this way. And it's funny, you have to look at which direction she's facing, because when she does a reverse up air, her back is like in a different way. It's really funny. But now Kameme, coming back in with a little bit of a combo, but still, Luis is so far ahead in this game, he's going to have to find a lot more than a little combo.
But every time I feel like Luis is like trying to wall out Kameme with back airs, Kameme has the overshoot into the multi. Okay, well, never mind. Well, Luis just says, no, I'm just going to find that back air.
I'm sorry, you were complimenting Kameme?
I was talking
not on my watch. This is my house.
Yeah, Luis realized he's down 4-2. This is now it's do or die here for him, and he's absolutely turned it up in this match.
He chooses do.
He chooses do. Yeah.
Okay, you talked about hadn't find that up smash, but now finally does with that big combo.
Is it enough though for this game? I mean, this is a huge deficit.
Yeah, it's kind of scary.
This is what I'm talking about. See, like I know that he's down in this game, but Kameme's ability to overshoot, get under the aerials that like Luis is trying to throw out, and then get up like from below him to start the multi-hits, as opposed to like trying to contest the back air directly. It's just like really good.
Like spacing. Even right there, he spaced over the back air. Oh, the neutral get up almost got caught. Got to be careful there.
Down air? Okay.
Nope.
Yeah, the stall by Kameme.
It's so hard to know like which one of the three, because he could have gone with any of those. Well, sorry, couldn't go with the first one, but either the second or the third one. And yeah, Luis has been on point with this punishing of Nair on the rising aerials that Kameme has been throwing out on his shield. Every single time Luis gets a big combo out of it.
Oh my god!
I know!
He ran right in front of him, and F smash was just barely too early. I mean, this is, it's possible for Kameme. I mean, eventually, like, Sora just dies to a Nair or something because he's so light.
Yeah, but, dash attack, Nair, both, and explosive flame, all looking like they're close to killing, and that one will do it. So 2-stock there for Luis. Is that the first 2-stock, or did we have Kameme had one?
Kameme had a
2-stock,
yeah. But 4-3, so if anyone's going to get the correct prediction, it's going to be Kameme. But I have faith in Luis. Like, you saw the way he played that game. He looked different than his previous matches. Like, he looked like he wanted this bad. There's like a fire under him now. Now that he's down 4 to, it's set point. Yep. It's a different man. It's a different player.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is going to be Lilat. Oh man, they're thinking about the stage. This is interesting because there's so many stages theoretically available, and the bans can shift every single time in this first to 5. At once you like
town.
Did Kameme counterpick town?
Kameme just counterpicked the town.
Wow. Okay, so 4-3 here, and yeah, I mean this is an interesting choice.
The blast zone could help either player. Like we saw Kameme die at like 70 to an up air last game, so. Maybe he's afraid of that again, but I still think, my opinion doesn't matter compared to these players, but I still feel like Luis is happy with this. He clearly picked it twice in a row, even after losing. So we know Luis doesn't mind the stage.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good stage for Luis, and honestly, I feel like Kameme played very well on here. Every time he played, it's been neck and neck on the stage as well. So,
oh my god, these combos. Kameme will not let Luis back onto the ground. Luis is trying to make use of these platforms, but Kameme is just always there and ready. This is bad for him.
Smash. But it doesn't kill because we're on town.
We're on town, and Kameme picked it. And here we go. Here's a combo starter. Two fairs into a bear, and he tries to go for the early kill.
He wants more. Yeah.
Oh my god.
It's so scary here, being in the corner against Kameme, who's been very threatening, and that time finally found his way under the Thundaga, but that was scary.
That's what he's been trying to do the whole set. He's been trying to explosive flame while Kameme's stuck in the Thundaga lag, but we see him die for it multiple times. If you miss the spacing, right, you just hit by Thundaga and you die.
And then you die. I mean,
amazing jump read with that up air by Kameme. Kameme has looked for that when he really needs a kill multiple times in the set. He just kind of like threatens you there.
Oh my god, the up air!
I can't believe that up air didn't hit. I thought it was going to hit for sure.
Luis, it's the thing dreams are made of for sure. And wow, I really thought he had that kill, but still, with the pressure in the corner, needs one more hit, but so dangerous, and goes for the ledge trump, trying to mix up an option here, but it's not enough, and even with the air dodge, goes past the Thundaga, still trying to find a way to get this kill. It's hard.
There we go.
That'll finally do it, even on Town and City with that high blast zone.
Okay, so back into an even game here. Man, Kameme is just so good with the jump read up airs. It doesn't really matter with these low percents, but here's what he really needs, these combos with the nairs. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, the nair once again.
Man, they both have like chilled out a little bit at neutral here. I feel like they're both a little bit more scared to approach than they have been before. But Kameme eventually gets the best of that interaction. No, another Thunder getting hit. And at 110%, Luis could absolutely die to the next nair combo that he finds himself in, but that's the first spike he found. It's not going to do it.
He's not dead.
It's not enough. He was.
And you told me, you were like, maybe with 3 more spikes he was hit 50 after the hit. I mean, come on, that's got to kill.
Yeah, no, even after getting spiked into the bottom blast zone, Kameme still had his option on Town and City of which edge he wanted to end up at.
Oh,
good DI there, down from Luis. He's not going to die yet. He thought he was going to catch him with another. Yeah, he thought he was going to catch him with another Thundaga, but Kameme just sat there and waited and then F-tilted the recovery. Good stuff by Kameme.
This is very dangerous. Luis on set stock. Kameme's prediction possible to come true right now if he just hits one more kill. But Luis has something to say about that. He wants the game 9 and up smash. Oh yeah, that's the option there. That works. And but parry into the grab. This is scary once again. Luis is terrified in this corner. It feels like he's going for very defensive options, trying to fight his way out slowly. And yeah, even when you shield it, it's so bad. It's similar to Explosive Flame, where if you shield it, you're in very bad straits, especially when he's close to you. Oh, the dash attack.
Luis off stage here at 123. Okay, fights his way off the ledge with that fair, but he needs to get the kill before. This is terrible. Oh my god, how is Luis living?
And he is living on a prayer, but for no longer. Kameme prediction